everybody, welcome to the 𝐂𝐸 Way. I'm Jessica. Today's video is going to be all about planning for homeschooling high school. When I started thinking about homeschooling high school, it wasn't the homeschool part that scared me because I've been homeschooling for years. That just comes second nature at this point. It was the record keeping part of high school that scared me. It was the transcripts and the college admissions and the graduation requirements and knowing that I had to now do all of these things and kind of feeling like I was going to have to change the way that we homeschooled in order to do them. So I have done a ton of research and thinking and trying to figure out a way that we could still homeschool the way we love to homeschool, keep that freedom and that flexibility, and kind of still have the confidence to move forward, but make sure I was finding a way to track it and make sure that there would be a way for us to have transcripts and all of that in the long run. Because at this point, Emily is pretty sure she's college bound. So I needed to make sure that she had transcripts and that I kept up with course descriptions and just all of those things. So what I did in the midst of all of my personal research for high school is I went ahead and made it into a downloadable ebook kind of thing with the forms that I'm personally going to be using. And so that is now available if this is something you would like. It's Homeschooling High School Made Easy. Inside this, it basically covers everything. What is a credit, making a plan, setting up a system, grading and record keeping, and then there are high school planning forms. And to make it as easy as possible, the forms are included in the ebook where you can just print them and fill them out, or they're also available in a Canva template as well as a Google Doc template. So there's links in here for you to be able to use either of those, so whatever works best for you. So today, what we're going to be doing together is we're going to go ahead and basically go through the forms and go ahead and prep them and set them up. Then we're going to print them. I'm going to add them to my planner. Basically, we're going to get ready to be able to record keep for high school. So I'm actually going to be using the Canva version of the forms, mainly because I work in Canva all the time. So I'm kind of used to that. So that's what I'm going to use, although Google Docs works fine too. The first thing you're going to see is that it says stop, this is a public document, make a copy. You're going to definitely want to make sure you make your own copy, but mine already is a copy. And then I'm going to go ahead and start working on the 4-year high school plan. So for example, I'm going to change the name to Emily's 4-year high school plan because why not? And then I know that her 9th grade year is going to be 2026 to 2027. So I'm going to go ahead and change the dates all the way across on that as well. And then I'm going to start typing in the classes that I know she's going to take. So for example, what I know is going to happen in the 4 years is English all 4 years. So English 1, English 2, English 3, English 4. Then I know in 9th grade she's doing geometry. So 10th grade will be algebra 2, 11th grade will be trigonometry. For 12th grade, I'm just going to put in personal finance because I don't know what we're doing for math. She might dual enroll, but personal finance will be a flex kind of holder course for now. And then I'm going to be doing biology for 9th grade, chemistry for 10th grade, physics for 11th grade, and then we're going to call zoology for 12th grade. Again, that's a flex kind of holder. World history and geography for 9th, American history and geography for 10th, U.S. government and economics for 11th, and then world mythology is what we're going to use as a holder for 12th. The reason I'm putting holders in for 12th grade is because in the state of Florida, she only needs 3 math, 3 science, 3 social science. So she doesn't really need that 4th one in any of those core things. So they're flexible. They can be whatever she wants. They can be more on-the-job training. They can be dual enrolled. I just know that I want to get everything else in those first 3 years, and 12th grade is basically going to be flexible. And she has more flexibility in math because she did algebra 1 in 8th grade, where that is normally a requirement for high school. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the 4 years now. Basically what we just talked about. And I'm assigning each of them their credit value. So all of those things are 1 credit except U.S. government and economics, and those are each half a credit. And so basically, I'm not going to put a total in yet for my high school year plan for the credits because I'm leaving myself space to write in electives that might happen each year. So that page is done. My 4-year high school plan is done because that's like my basic, that's what I have. Now let's go ahead and go on to the course title pages. So basically, the way that I'm still going to homeschool the way I want to homeschool is, yes, we're going to use some curriculum, but we're still going to use books and games and resources and all of these things. So I have printed the standard diploma requirements for the state of Florida. So I know what she has to have as far as hours spent to count as a credit, as well as what classes she has to have. So basically what I'm going to do is take this course title page, which just says resources used and activities complete and time spent, and I'm going to duplicate it a bunch of times for each of the courses I know she needs in the long run. So for example, English 1. Like, we know that's going to be a course. So I'm going to title it English 1. I'm now going to duplicate that and make English 2, English 3, English 4. So I basically am going to have like one of these for every course that I want her to end up with a credit with in the long run. I'm not going to do it for math because math is the one thing that's easy for us because we're just going to use Denison, and if she finishes Denison, that was her credit. So that's like the only course class that she's going to get a credit for that we're making easy. So I'm not going to do math, but I will do all 4 English, and then I'm going to go ahead and do all of like biology. I know I want that. I know I want chemistry. I know that I'm going to want physics. Now, I'm not going to do any of the 12th grade classes that I said were flex yet. I'm just going to print blank ones of these so that I have extras. Like, I'll just put a line. That way I can handwrite things in. Now that I have all of those done and I have those pieces of paper, like I said, I'm going to make one that just has a line. So basically, I end up with 5 or 6 where I can write something in. Now let me explain what my plan is. My plan is to take these logs and literally log the things that we're doing. So for example, let's say she watches a crash course video that's biology. Write that down, write how long the video was. Let's say we go on a field trip. Write that down, fill it out. Let's say we do something that's chemistry based, even though right now she's only in 9th grade. I'm still going to write that down on the chemistry one, which is why I'm making all of these and putting them in my planner now, because the transcript that I'm going to make for her is going to be subject-based, which I will show you guys that now. Included is also a volunteer log, which I'm going to go ahead and really, really quick take that off so that I can have that added in my planner. And then there's a transcript for years, if you do it by years, and there's also one that is by subject. So that's what I'm going to use to make my life easier. So all of my English credits will go in one spot, all of my math credits will go in one spot, all my science, my social studies, and then my electives. And so what that's going to do is it's going to give us the ability to basically earn these credits throughout the whole course of the next 4 years, which is why I'm using the logs. In the state of Florida, a half credit hour is like 60 instructional hours. A full credit is 120 instructional hours. So that just means that she needs to be doing 120 hours of something to have a full credit. So basically, let's say, for example, film, because I know we're going to do a film credit. I'm going to make this really easy. 1 full credit for film credit. Every video that we watch and discuss, by the time we watch and discuss it, is 2 hours. In the course of 4 years, we need to watch and discuss 60 videos. Boom, there's your full credit. Like that, it's that easy because you spent the time watching the movie and discussing it. So basically, that's what these logs are for. It's for me to be able to write down the things that we're doing when we're doing, the books that we've read, the time spent in instruction in that credit or that topic. So that's what I'm going to be printing and adding to my planner, and that's how I plan to still be able to read books, play games, watch videos, go on field trips, live life, and still get everything within those credit hours that we need. So now that I have all of those pages printed, we are going to punch them and put them in the planner. One of the reasons I love the Pro Click so much is because I can take the planner that I have already and just open that sucker up and add the pages without me having to worry about anything else. So that's going to be really nice. And now my homeschool planner is ready to go for the upcoming homeschool year. The first thing I have is national holidays at a glance, just in case I want to, I don't know, plan for the fact that Tooth Fairy Day is on February 28th. I'd like to have that. Then I have our standard diploma requirements for the state of Florida, just so that I can reference them anytime I need to. And then we have Emily's 4-year high school plan. Again, just so that I have a reference, and I will fill in anything else kind of as the year goes on. And then this is where I will be logging everything. So like, for example, English 1, I will log any resources that we've used or activities that we've done and how long we spent doing that activity. And I have one of those for all of the different credits that I want her to get in the long run. So we'll just keep, filling those out. And then after we get through the logs, which you can see I went ahead and made film study, and I also made a miscellaneous log of activities. If we do something and I'm not sure where I want it to go yet, I'm going to log it on this page, and then I can put it somewhere later. So like, let's say, for example, we went and did a tour of the White House. Okay, like we went on a field trip, we did a tour of the White House. That could easily go in our American history and geography credit, or it could also go in our US government credit. So if I'm just not sure where I want to like put it yet, then I'm just going to put it on a miscellaneous log, and then we'll like file it away later. So that's kind of my catch-all. And then again, I left a couple blank so that I can make up courses as we go. And then after that, I have our unit study pages, which is where I'm basically going to be keeping up with the books, shows, games, and activities that I have that will work with a credit. So like, for example, I know we're going to be doing biology and world history, so I will just write biology or world history, and then I'm going to write like all the books we have, all the shows I want us to watch, all the games and all the activities and experiences. That way I have them to reference. So when I sit down to do our weekly plans, which is the next thing in here, when I sit down to make our weekly plans, I can reference that unit study page and say, okay, for biology, this is what I want us to read, or this is the activity I want us to do. So then I have a bunch of just the weekly pages. This is the basic planner layout that I have. I just want something basic. I have a very kind of crazy personal and work planner, so this is what I like for homeschool, just basic. I use this side for things that Emily needs to do independently, and I use this side for things that she needs to do with either Kevin or I. And I color code. Kevin is one color and I am another color, so she doesn't have to ask, am I doing this with dad or am I doing this with mom? She automatically knows one color is dad and one color is mom. So that is kind of how I plan and how I am planning to make high school transcripts and record keeping just a little bit easier for me.